guys, and today we have here another very awesome deck profile. We have here Toons, and specifically anti-meta Toons, and this is looking to be an actually really good deck. Being able to hold itself really well. As far as the new Toon support goes, Comic Hand is beautiful, it's a snatch deal, I mean, what do you expect? And Toon Kingdom, great, it means your monsters won't disappear, because it just protects them beautifully. And as far as the new Toon monsters, Ancient Gear Golem, not worth it because he requires too many special summons or too many monsters to tribute. But if you do want to run him, he isn't bad. He's an Omadi, sets a 3000 meter and attack directly, so I will understand it if you want to run him. Cyber Dragon, tribute fodder pretty much for Vanity Scene. And as far as new support, what there needs to be is a monster that protects Toon World. So that way you have a lock between Toon World and Toon Kingdom. I'm not sure how it should work because if it says destroy, then it won't do anything because then you can get Trivet or Trishula. But it does protect against the MST, so that's good. But it would encompass everything if it said if Toon World were to be target, or if Toon World would leave the field, you can do X instead. So I'm not sure how exactly a monster should be worded, but I know it should at some degree or another protect Toon World. And as far as what Toon monsters we already have, we're running in order from, in my opinion, the best to worst. We have Gemini Elf, just being able to, and I'll actually get over, I'll get over to her effect when I go through the entire deck. And then we have, oh god, I can't believe I forgot his name, Toon Master Sorcerer, that's his name. And then Toon Mermaid. And then Cyber Dragon's just there again for tribute fodder. And again, this is very anti-meta. I am really basing my deck around Toon Gemini Elf and Vanity Scene, being able to use trap cards that help that. Mind Crush is really popular this format, so I also comboed it off with Drastic Drop Off. It's pretty much the exact same thing. In fact, I'm surprised after reading this that people went to Mind Crush instead of Drastic Drop Off, because this also affects the draw phase, so it can be a Yada Garasu, pretty much like you don't get your draw phase, you lose the card you draw, which isn't as bad as Yada, but it's pretty much a result in the same thing. And then Mind Crush, which again reveals your opponent's hand, and it doesn't reveal your opponent's hand, but it gets rid of cards if your opponent searches, so it has double utility, so it's just really great. You can if you get lucky enough, you can get rid of the cards your opponent can't search if you use it during their draw phase. And if you combo it with Gemini Elf, as you will see her effect will read right now, you can get your opponent to have no cards in hand real quickly. And if you wanted to, you could run Crush Card Virus, because you do have 3 targets in the deck, being Toon Master Sorcerer, so you could use that and then just completely wipe out your opponent's hand. So I will just go into the deck and explain everything. Vanity Scene, no special summoning, obviously, what it's here for. Cyber Dragon, special summon this if your opponent controls a monster and then tribute it away. Gemini Elf, as I was talking, her effect is if she inflicts battle damage, you can discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So that's just good. It's just really, it's in my opinion, the best effect, because she's a 19 beater, so she's the most powerful one that you're going to be attacking with directly. And just being able to get rid of a card from your opponent's hand every turn, and if you have multiples, then you can get rid of multiple cards per turn. It's just really, really good. Your opponent just can't play if they don't have cards in their hand, and if you get them to have 1 card in hand, and then they'll be top decking, and it just isn't good for them at that point. Toon Mermaid, and it can also force your opponent to set cards that they don't want to set, like spell cards like Rejecting and stuff, so you can capitalize on that if you want to. And then anyways, Toon Mermaid, special summons if you control Toon World. So you can get Cloggy if you don't have Toon World. So 2 might not be a bad idea, but she's good tribute and rank 4 fodder, so I see no problems with her. And arguably she's better than Cyber Dragon, because Cyber Dragon requires your opponent to have a monster. She just requires you to have Toon Kingdom, so you go Toon Kingdom, special summon tribute for Vanity Scene first turn, while if you're stuck with it Cyber Dragon, you can't. And then Toon Master Sorcerer, if you inflict battle damage, you get a draw card. He has really low attack, but he'll let you go plus, and he'll become really good dropout over the turns, because again, these monsters will stay on the field. Like, looking at the support, it doesn't make sense, but after playing against the AI, and unfortunately I can't play against other people on Yugo Pro with these cards, at least for now, so I have to face the AI, and I will be facing the AI tomorrow, but It just works really nice. The deck just does what it needs to. And Toon Mass Sorcerer is just great draw power, especially after, because normally once you get Toon Table, you just like do so much deck thinning, and so just being able to have draw power is really good, because otherwise you can't get to your cards. Jackie, 2 Terraforming, because you really want to get that, and opening up for Terraforming. And this card, Toon Table of Contents, really good. Toon Table of Contents is your searcher for any Toon card, except for Kamakan, because that's not a Toon card, but works with Toons. And with Toon Table of Content, the problem is some people, it can search itself. You can use Toon Table of Content to search Toon Table of Content to search Toon Table of Content to search whatever you want. Some people like to use one Toon Table to get one card, so that way they leave the searches in the deck. I don't like to do that. I like to get rid of all of them, so that way they're not in the deck. Just like, why have them in the deck when you get rid of them and you just do amazing deck thinning. Specifically, if you have a Duality in hand, I highly recommend it, because if you have Toon Table in hand and then you search something and then Duality and Toon Table of Contents there, it would just want to be worth it. And so, Toon Table of Content, it's a must. You must run it, but some people don't search all 3 at once. Some people do. Up to you, player preference. And again, Duality, just for consistency. You don't do too much Vessel Summoning, really, in the deck. I mean, it's supposed to be anti-meta, so Duality isn't bad. I just can't find room for 3. 2 Forbidden Lances, just to protect pretty much Vanity's Fiend. And I mean, you're well protected with these guys, and I didn't really like MST, because MST just hit one thing, while Forbidden Lance will definitely stop their play unless they were willing to risk 2 cards to stop your Vanity's Fiend or something. Kamakan is a snatch steal. Pretty much, if you want, you can run Hidden Armory. Like, you could have this deck has so many searches for stuff, it's just crazy. So, Hidden Armory is a card you could run with this, but it's just not really necessary. Some people think this card might get a name change or something, or a ruling change, where you can search it with Toon Table. You don't know. I don't think it's worth it to run Hidden Armory with, but it might be, because if you want to tribute your opponent's monsters, which isn't that bad of an idea, for Vanity's Fiend or your Majesty's Fiend, if you side that in, Kamakan will help. Also, the monster equipped with it can attack your opponents directly. It becomes a Toon monster, pretty much. So that is lovely. And here is the new card, Toon Kingdom, which is a field spell. When this card is activated, banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down. They can get costly if you have to keep on activating this, but I haven't decked myself out once, so no worries. This card's name becomes Toon Lore while it is on the field. 2 monsters cannot be targeted by opponent's artifacts. That's just straight up good. No deep prisons. Just, they can't be targeted. That's lovely. If a Toon monster you control would be destroyed by battle by artifact, you can banish 1 card from each of those monsters from the top of your deck face down. That includes your own cards. So if you wanted to, you could run Dark Hole and just Dark Hole your own field, and then your monsters would stay. So really good with that. Same with Torrential. So pretty much destruction effects don't work against this battle. They can inflict damage, but you're going to save your monster. And as far as the AI goes, he hasn't MST'd. He's only MST'd Toon Kingdom once. And it just really depends. Some players might not want to MST Toon Kingdom. If the anti-meta build that this is the build that people play, they might want to save their MSTs for your back row, because there are some scary trap cards here. And hopefully, once the new Toon support comes out, the Neko Sekka will be put to 1. I'm hoping. Like, I'm pretty certain this stuff for the TCG is all coming out in August, because in May, we're getting cross-sold, which is lovely, because then we get to lose a turn. And then afterwards, we have a ban list at the end of June, I believe, for the beginning of July, and then we have 3 months would have passed in August, and then that would mean probably be the time we see Clash of Rebellion comes out. So hopefully the Neko Sekka would be put to 1 in the next ban list, I'm hoping, or maybe to 2. Something needs to happen to her, because she just wrecks decks. And anyways, Mind Crush, again, we want to go with Toon Gemini Elf. We want to get rid of cards in our opponent's hand and just make them cry. Bottom, just the generic traps, pretty much. Bottom was Torrential, Ring of Destruction, Vanities, and Solemn Warning. Lose a turn. I did talk about this card in another deck profile. Activate only if you control no special summon monsters. Negate the effects of all special summon monsters during the turn they are special summoned. If an effect monster spells from an attack position, change them to defense position. So just good. Just really good. Stops Trishul play, stops everything, Deneko Sekas, just everything Altairs. So lose a turn, really nice. Also protects you from being attacked, so you don't have to banish cards. So it's just great. It's just a great card. And then, yeah, as far as your own monsters, like, you can special summon this card. You can still special summon, so like you can special summon Cyber Dragon. You just go to defense position, and this card would be great to do it to go to defense position still. But if you could switch it back to attack position, it could attack the turn it's summoned, but not directly. But it does kind of make it so you can't special summon. It kills the extra deck, and so that's the thing. But then again, I do have Crazy Box in here, so weird combos are weird combos. So there's a variety of plays you can use this for. It's just great defense. It's pretty much another Vanities, because once you flip this card, I don't think people are going to want to start summoning stuff. I know, I'm pretty certain it's only while it's face along the field, so cards like Valkyries could tribute itself, and then other cards, and they could get its effect. And he would get its effect to draw too. I'm not positive on that. Draco's Hack 2, if it tributed itself, could destroy stuff. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty certain it would still work. And then Drastic Drop Off, which I talked about a little bit earlier. If your opponent adds a card from their hand or draws a card, you can activate it and they discard it. So really good, pretty much. Stops drawing, stops everything pretty much. And it's also searching. It's again, you can either use it to get rid of their draw phase, or you can use it as a Mind Crush where you don't have to call a card and you don't see the rest of their hand. So Drastic Drop Off is really good. And as far as the main deck goes, it's really all in the main deck. That's where a lot of the power comes in. And once you get, if Toon Kingdom stays on the field, you're good. You're gonna be really good. And then it's just a matter of winning, because at that point you can go for a Toon Master or you can go for a Toon Gemini Elf, and it's just really, who cares? You can play aggressively or you can play defensively and try to draw, and it just works as long as you don't get rid of it. But hopefully your back row should be able to protect you from a Trishul play. I mean, you have the triple Mind Crush, you have your 2 lose a turn and your Vanities, so you should be able to prevent a Trishul play. And as far as Trigger goes, he's just annoying because he doesn't get rid of it. It just returns it to hand. And Phoenix Wing Windblast is only being played by a couple of decks, so don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Shadow's probably would have a better good matchup against this deck because of Dragon. But you don't, if you just pop down this card, they're gonna cry. So that is it for the main deck. As far as the extra deck goes, we do have the Crazy Box, the Dark Rebellion XC Dragon, Carnagoran. You can use it to protect your Toon Kingdoms, so that is a thing. Ragnar Zero, Black Corn, 101, Heartland Draco, and then Castell, Diamond Dire Wolf, just the generic Skaga Samurai. This is a new card, it can attack directly pretty much, so if you want to make that, you can. And all the generic stuff pretty much, it's just XZ, rank 4 XZs. If you run Mimicat, you could put in Synchro Monsters just in case your opponent has a Tuner Monster in their game. But there aren't any decks other than Shadows that have Tuner Monsters. And for the side deck, I decided to put this together just to see how it would do. And I'm actually thinking of building this deck. 1 Vanity's Fiend, 1 Majesty's Fiend, 2 Kaiku. This is very anti-Necross. If Necross do get hit and they disappear, by the time this deck comes out, then this extra deck will definitely change. 3 MST, 1 more Forbidden Lands, 2 Monarch Stoneforce. I'm thinking actually it might be better to do not Call of the Haunted, what am I thinking? Comic Hand. But then again, Comic Hand requires you to have your Toon Kingdom, so it can be cloggy. And you can make your dead hands even more dead by having cards that don't work unless you have another card. So this was probably the safer bet. I mean, I'm still kind of iffy on it, but if you side in your 2 Majesties, your 2 more Tribute Summoned Monsters, you should be good. And then the third loser turn, the Soul Drain, and the Drastic Drop Off, and 2 Pulling the Rug. for Yosenjus and Spirit Beasts and Stellar Knights. And that is the deck. This is just one build of it. You can play, there's a variety of other builds you can try out. I think this is decent. Because you can get out monsters that shut your opponent down, makes it so they can't use cards in their hand, and then you can just get rid of the cards in their hand and make it so they can't play, and I just like it. Again, I've been facing the AI, so I can't really say if it's good, because the AI is the AI, it doesn't play as well. The guy had 2 MSTs and didn't MST Toon Kingdom, and I don't know why, but he didn't. So it is what it is. Once Dev Pro updates, or once Yuga Pro by Percy updates, then maybe I might do another duel with this deck against an actual person, just to see how this deck does. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. There will be, of course, a duel with this deck tomorrow. Do stay tuned. I'm thinking I'm gonna be facing Necros, because it's either I face Necros, because if you get out of Vanity's Fiend, like, the only thing they have is Reject Key, and Lance will stop that. So I'm not sure if I want to face Necros. I could face the Tellarknights, I do have more back row, but I haven't really seen anything. I can set the AI to run whatever he wants. It'll just be, who knows. Just stay tuned for the duel with this deck tomorrow, and let's hope more support comes out. Let's hope a monster comes out that protects Toon World, so that way we have this lock that makes it really, really nice. And who knows, maybe something, any other support for the deck would be nice. I really wanted to go into the direction of taking your opponent's stuff. I like that. I mean, this is just, this isn't a pure build, and if they give more support to make it a good pure build, then yeah, I would do another deck profile. But hopefully we get more support that deals with taking your opponent's stuff and just using them against it. The Commandant's really good at that. It's making them tune just like in the anime. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.